Cisco has renamed its DevNet certifications to CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE Automation to reflect the growing importance of network automation skills. New names make it easier for employers to recognize expertise and improve career opportunities and boost potential earnings for certified individuals. Existing certifications remain valid, and these programs prepare professionals for roles from junior automation engineers to senior network architects. I would have hoped that network automation had been central to the workflows for most large organizations for, well, I would have hoped more like 10 or 15 years. Scott, are you seeing that in the real world?
So we have a whole organization dedicated to understanding why network automation has not been adopted more fully than it already has, right? Network Automation Forum. And, there have been some interesting dynamics that have held back companies going all in on automation. Some of them are cultural issues. Some of them are lack of leadership issues. A lot of it actually centers around the focus on the CLI as the primary way to get network devices to do what you want them to do. And on one hand, I've been involved in some really interesting conversations on how the CCIE program and the certifications that lead up to it may have perpetuated, this resistance against automation. That being said, I'll leave it to the listener to make their own conclusions on that. I think this is a really good move for the DevNet program to be relabeled, CCXX Automation. Not only that, but I do think this is an interesting move that takes this particular cert program away from being strictly vendor specific. I've had some really good conversations with people who are involved in, developing and administering the program, and there's so much of what can be done here that's not just Cisco kit. And I won't drop all the names that we could for network infrastructure here, but this may be the most applicable vendor cert program across an industry, and not just for being a CLI jockey for one particular router and switch vendor.